Xbox Beyond the Box. I'm your host, Dragon Dust. Hey gamers, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all the love and support that you show the channel each and every day. We really appreciate it here. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, hit that like button. Really appreciate that as well. So gamers, what are we talking about today? Well, today is about exclusives. And my wife, she keeps watching social media. We watch other YouTube channels. And the big talk right now is the Xbox exclusives. And the feeling that Microsoft is not doing enough.
Get ready.
And to a point, I've got to believe that, they're right, the critics are right. But there's also two sides to every coin. So we're going to look at both sides today. So let's look at the negative side of this coin. And number one is that a lot of times social media buries a lot of good exclusives. Perfect example was Recore. Recore was a great game, but it got buried by PlayStation. Now, to a point, I won't blame media completely, but I can't. I've also got to put a little bit of blame on Microsoft. They don't put enough in the way of advertising their exclusives. That Microsoft has also kind of lost favor with the fans. And hear me out. I don't know if you all remember it or not, but Crackdown, the new one, Crackdown 3. When we first saw it at E3 forever ago, like when I was like 10 years old or something, and I'm 40 now, but it's been forever since we saw Crackdown 3. And then we saw it again at another E3, then we saw it again at another E3, and we still don't have the damn game. Also, Scalebound. Scalebound showed such promise. Everybody was excited. And then it was canceled. And I could not figure it out. For the life of me, I haven't had a definitive answer as to why this game was canceled. It looked great at E3. I mean, just a freaking awesome Dragon game. I mean, you couldn't have asked for much more. And Microsoft kind of let us down. And now it seems as though Microsoft, granted, I do love backwards compatibility, y'all, but it seems like focus on going backwards to their old games, to their old exclusives, that really doesn't work. I mean, granted, people are very nostalgic, but we're also wanting to see new stuff all the time. Microsoft has access to build new games. I mean, when you seriously look at it, I don't know if you all remember or not, but Mech Assault, Mech Warrior, these are great games exclusive to Microsoft, and now Microsoft has basically abandoned them, and they had a nice cult following. Even now I hear people still talk about them on social media.
Where are we?
Let's look at something that's very untapped by Microsoft that they could be putting out exclusives for. Number one is the flight sims. The only one that I really see out there anymore is Ace Combat. And a lot of people are more to the World War II nostalgia area, the dogfights, when it was true dogfighting. You as a pilot, your machine versus another pilot and its machine, not the computers and stuff, the iron sights and whatnot. But Microsoft has not tapped into this market. Another thing is the wrestling market. When we look at it, the only wrestling game that you ever see on console, period, is the WWE title. And essentially what you're doing there is paying for the WWE name, really nothing more. Because the last I heard, WWE 2K18 had to fall back to the early SmackDown days, back on PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360, to say, hey, we got to go back and get our old stuff together because apparently our games suck. And 2K Games is doing this, and I reckon 2K Games most likely is trying to figure out how to microtransaction the hell out of that, just like every other company. Which brings us to another issue. Forza has been a exclusive for Microsoft, and Forza 7, the way I understand it, is microtransactions now, and loot crates. And come on, people, it makes gamers angry. Now, I'm not saying that it has to go away completely. I know microtransactions are never going to go away completely, but if you anger gamers, especially when you've got such a little fan base now, the Xbox community seems to be shrinking a little bit. PlayStation is selling what seemingly like is more units. And granted, I'm happy, Microsoft has created great consoles, but you've got to have great exclusives to make people want to say, this is what I want to buy.
Down to 2.
So with that being said,
Our birds out of the area.
tell me what you think, gamers.
On foot.
Is Microsoft not doing enough in the way of advertising? Are they not hitting these untapped markets such as wrestling, the flight sims? You know, we want to hear from you in the comments below.
You get
Also, gamers, tell me, what does Microsoft need to do? What is your opinion? Do they need to, have more exclusives? Or can they continue to ride the shoulders of, Marcus Phoenix, his son JD, Master Chief?
Enemy reinforcement.
We got a real situation with Microsoft, and I hope to see in 2018 that they start hammering out the exclusives, or they at least get a bigger share of what is well-known titles, because let's face it, Ubisoft and them are churning them out. So with that being said, hey, I'm your host Dragon Dust. This has been Xbox Beyond the Box, talking exclusives yet again. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.
Here we go.
And gamers, I want to wish you most of all happy gaming, and I want you to stay awesome out there, y'all.